Hello fellow duels, this is Shadow of the Moon, and today I'm going to be showing you an updated deck profile of my Blackwing deck for March of 2023. This deck did get a little bit of a change, but mainly the reason I'm wanting to post this is I'm wanting to actually show off the newly built extra deck that I have right here. And I'm really excited because I actually normally don't do extra deck with the actual deck profiles, but I thought since I completed it, I'd go ahead and show it off. This deck has been catered more toward, or has been crafted more towards dealing with Kashtira, since Kashtira seems to be the biggest deck right now to be feared, other than Runic and Sprite and everything. So I did take out Dimension Shifter. It is in the side deck, but Dimension Shifter no longer as important because you're not really focusing. Your opponent isn't going to be milling every single card from to your graveyard, so they're going to be focusing more on setting up to where you have no zone. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight on into the deck profile. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that subscribes and always watches my videos and just takes the time out. You guys rock. I do have a planned update on a new Red Eyes deck that I'm still currently working on, as well as a updated deck profile on my newly built DDD deck, and I am so excited about being able to show this deck off. I'm very, very happy with it, and I'm just waiting on a couple more cards. The deck is basically finished. I've been hard at work learning the combos, learning the chains, learning everything that it is to know about the DDD deck. So definitely look forward to that. So here is my updated Blackwing deck profile for March of 2023. So let's go first. So first off, obviously, I'm going to just put the little field center right here for you now. So you've got 3 copies of Simoon, the Poison Wind. Simoon obviously is the MVP of the deck because everything focuses around Simoon. The idea is for you to have Simoon on the field. So you banish a Blackwing monster from your hand to activate its effect, to automatically play Black Whirlwind to the spell and trap card zone, and then from there you're going to be activating the effect to get Simoon, the Poison Wind, onto the field, and that is going to start your combo plays. Move these out of the way. And then 3 copies of your Shamal the Sandstorm. Shamal the Sandstorm is going to be a way for you to be able to get your Black Feather Whirlwind out on the field, because I do play 2 in this deck. Also has a great secondary effect that you can banish this to be able to bounce back a Blackwing monster from your graveyard and add it back to your hand, which is a very, very good combo to be able to go into Sudri, because Sudri and Notham the Starlight are one of the best cards in this deck, because that's pretty much what you're going to be using it for. And then you have 2 copies of Zephyros. Now, you're probably wondering, why are you playing 2 Zephyros? Well, my answer is this. Zephyros is an important key card in this deck, and drawing into it sucks. So if you draw into 1 Zephyros the Elite, you still have another Zephyros that you can use to put into the graveyard by using Vada's effect. Is still going to Blackwing Dragon. I prefer to play 2, honestly. I have tested it out numerous times with just 1, and it just doesn't feel right now. I don't like that when I do draw it, it sucks because it's basically a dead draw, and you can't really go through the combo as well. And then we have 3 copies of Sudri, the Phantom Glimmering. Sudri has 2 effects. The first one is let you grab a card that references Blackwing Dragon, which is actually numerous cards in this deck, which is really great synergy with it. And also the secondary effect is you contribute a Blackwing monster to make a tuner that is a level 2 tuner monster that is basically a phantom token. So it works really well to be able to synchro climb and just being able to go full KO on your opponent. And also this deck is still focusing on Kali Yuga, which is still one of the best cards in the deck. If you want to, I do plan on having an updated deck profile of my budget Blackwing deck, or my Blackwing deck that's more the pure synchro build. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because I do plan on showing an updated version of that. And then 1 Gale, 1 Phantom, and then 1 Hamart in the Dust, and then 1 Chinook the Snowblast. Now, the reason I'm showing this is they're all the 1-ofs. So Gale is great for bouncing back, and because it is not once per turn. Steam, you put this in the graveyard by using Boreas's effect, and you'll get the Steam token to be able to synchro climb. And then you have Hamart in the Dust, which can modify its level by choosing to face a Blackwing. So if you have a level 3 like Gale, it makes it a level 5, and so on and so forth. And this is a great hand trap because you can send a Blackwing synchro monster from your extra deck to the graveyard to actually negate a monster's effect and lower its attack by 700 points, which is just absolutely insane. I love it. And then we have 3 copies of Vata, which is, again, one of the best cards, because you special summon this card if you control a face a Blackwing monster on the field, and you contribute this to special summon a Blackwing Dragon, basically from your deck, by sending like Zephyros the Elite or Hermartin or Chinook to the graveyard, which makes it very, very easy to go into Synchro Climb. And then lastly, my last Blackwing, you're going to be playing one Orochi the Skull, because I still find this thing valuable. It's a great way to Synchro Climb. It's a level 1 tuner. It can be searched, and it is only 400 attack. So if you are running low and you use normal summon like Avada or something, or you normal summon Martin the Dust or something, you can actually still search for it. All right, so now we're going to go on to the non-Blackwing. So we just have one Radeon, the multi-dimensional Kaiju, which obviously is going to be going for the Small World bridge. You've got Raider's Wing, which is going to be sent to the graveyard by Rusty Bard each to be able to go into your Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Launch, to be able to go into Kali Yuga. And then we added back Ash Blossom, because basically with the way Kashtiras work, if you can negate their Kashtira Kiosis or whatever it's called, the one spell card, honestly, it really cripples the deck. So this is a great way to do that, because all you need to do is to be able to stop them from searching and stop them from doing too many crazy plays. And then that's going to be it for the monsters. Now let's move on to the spells. Obviously 3 Black Whirlwinds still. I've always played 3 Black Whirlwinds. This is how you search for all your cards into your deck and add them to your hand. 2 Black Feather Whirlwinds, because this gives you Black Feather counters and also lets you special summon a Blackwing monster back from the graveyard. And you can bounce it back with Zephyros Elite to actually activate its effect again. Then you have 3 Small Worlds. Obviously, Small Worlds are going to be in there because this is going to be your bridge to help you search for Simoon and any other key cards in the deck. And then 3 Allure of Darkness. Yes, I do not still have Pot of Prosperity. This is going to work for now. Pot of Prosperity is like 40 bucks. I have been really trying. I do plan on making a updated trade binder video in hopes that I can search and maybe get a Pot of Prosperity, but we'll see. I do know that they're pretty expensive right now, and I've had really bad luck with it. Hardly anybody has a Pot of Prosperity now, but Allure of Darkness is still great because you can still draw 2 of the dark monsters and then just banish 1, or draw 2 and then banish 1 dark monster. And then obviously your 1 rank up magic launch, which is going to help you go into Kali Yuga with Arsenal Falcon, and then 1 copy of your Blackwing Twin Shadow, which is going to help you Synchro Summon, and by sending the 2 Blackwing cards back to your deck to be able to special summon the Synchro monster from your extra deck. And then I'm going to be adding 3 Infinite Imperm, because Infinite Imperm is very important in this deck, in this actually format right now, because you want to be able to negate your opponent's monster effects, and all in all just be able to stop them from doing anything too crazy. So it's actually very important now. So now we're going to move on to the extra deck. So obviously 2 Blackwing Assault Dragons and 1 Blackwing Dragon, same thing, burn your opponent 700 for a single time. So pretty much this, and then like a full Armor Master, is almost enough to get rid of Kashtira, because you're going to be burning. They're activating so many effects and stuff, so you're going to be burning them. So either they'll get near death, or that's going to be a way to push them over. And then obviously 1 Blackwing Dragon in the deck. And then we have your Armor Master, which I'll never take this guy out. You can use Raikiri if you're going to use Raikiri for it. You have your Blackwing Full Armor Master, and then your Obsidian Tamerhawk Joe, which will be able to search for your Boreas, the Wicked Wind, when you bring it on a field, to be able to go into another level 7 to go into Arsenal Falcon. And then obviously Full Armor Master is just the MVP, because obviously he cannot be destroyed by anything. He's unaffected by every card, so the only way to be able to get rid of him is to just get over him. And then you have Boreas and Notham. Boreas will send Steam to the graveyard, and then Notham the Starlight lets you have an additional normal summon or set, and then lets you burn your opponent for 800 points of damage and do 800 decrease your opponent's monster attack by 800 points. And then you've got Borlord Savage Dragon and Drake Berserker of the Tenyai. Obviously, these are in here for your negates. This is going to banish. This doesn't negate anymore. I don't know why I kept thinking it did. This banishes the monster as a quick effect, and banishes a monster's effect as a quick effect, and this is going to be your Omni Negate. Okay, and then you're going to have, obviously, Kali Yuga and Arsenal Falcon. This is going to go into Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is going to basically shut down every single thing they have on the field. And then you have your Darkness Metal, your Rusty Bard each, and your 4 Strix to round out the last bits of the extra deck. This is going to let you an alternative way to go into Kali Yuga if they nib you, because nib is very big now. Nib is an important key card in this deck because it pretty much stops Kashtira, even though Kashtira usually tries to stay, from what I've seen, their summoning limit to 4. And then you have your Phantom, you have your Rusty Bard each to send Raider's Wing, and you've got your 4 Strix to be able to special summon, and if you need to, go into your 4 Strix that way, or go into your sorry, I went brain dead for a second. Go into your rank up magical launch. All right, so now we're going to move on to the extra deck. I actually am very excited about doing this because I've actually never showcased my extra deck on here before. So you got 3 Nibiru's. Obviously, Nibiru's the big thing right now. You're going to want to stop it as much as possible. You've got 3-dimensional shifters. This is if I need to side it in, if I'm playing against someone who isn't cash tier or someone who focuses heavily on the graveyard, because my Blackwing deck can still go into a lot of your plays even with no graveyard. And then 3 artifact Lancias. Obviously, you're going to need your artifact Lancias because you're going to be able to need to stop your opponent's monster effects and stuff and everything. And it's a great tech card in the new format. And then you have 3 Dark Rule No Mores. I'm choosing to run Dark Rule No More, honestly, because I actually like the idea of being able to shut my opponent's monster effects off. Even if I don't do enough battle damage, it doesn't matter because I can still make it to where I can clear their field and make it to where there's really no way for them to come back from that. So that's why I like using Dark Rule No More, because everything is focused heavily on monster effects now. And then lastly, so, the reason I'm running, obviously, Harvest Feather Duster is to take out any back row if I see an opponent has a heavy back row deck. But the reason I have Dark Dragoon and Muddy Mud Dragon is in here is, if you remember, this originally was in the deck before, but I decided to side it because in case I do need an extra negate or another way to go into some of my plays, I'm definitely going to play that if I'm not playing against Cash Terra, or if I just need another way to be able to go into my other plays. That is why they're in here, because Muddy Mud Dragon using Blackwing Dragon can special summon Red Eyes Dark Dragoon directly from the extra deck. So, alright, so that's going to be it for the whole deck profile. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you always watch these videos. It's just great to be able to post my new deck. Again, I love being able to actually showcase my Blackwing deck every single month. So we only know what the future holds for the next format, the next list. And I'm really excited. There is a new Blackwing card coming out, that little Panaki thing, the one that's like the alternative version of the one waxing moon. It's going to be like the waning moon, and it's going to be really cool to see. I'm actually excited about seeing how they plan that, and I've got a lot of deck profiles coming, so just stay tuned for that. And thank you guys always so much, like I said, for watching my stuff. You guys rock. Let me get all these situated. Alrighty, you guys are awesome, and with that, I'll see you guys next time. Later.